What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is what you should be watching on Netflix. Now we know that there is a lot of different things going on Netflix and all these streaming services, but truly, there's so many things to pick from. Even though you have a lot of spare time on your hands, and you might have a lot of spare times on your hands. I have a lot of spare time on my hands now because of this situation. Maybe you have gotten furloughed from your job, you're sitting at home and everything else, and you're like, what am I going to watch? Did I already watch these things? So I'm going to point out a bunch of things, and we're going to do Netflix this time, and then we'll go on to the other streaming services, and I'll tell you exactly what you should be watching on those too. Right now, before I get into all that, I'm going to say what up to my people out here in the chat rocking with me. You know what I mean? What up to my man Peter Griffiths? What up to Jake Cruz? What up to Forrest Blurta? I don't always mess that up. What up to, as always, holding down the Gazette for the Don, OTDA. I want to make sure that everybody out there can hear me. So can you please put in the chat that you can hear me talking loud and clear and everything is fine before we continue and go on. It's a little afternoon type situation. And we are live here on Facebook and YouTube. You know what I mean? So make sure everyone can hear me. Please let me know in the chat that you can hear me. And then we will move on. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? All right, so I think everyone can hear me. Also, before, as we get on, if you want to join the Teflon TV, thank you, OTDA. If you want to, and Jay Cruz, if you want to join the Teflon Army, you know what I mean? Hit me up on Discord. We have Discord. We have a new Discord out there. Right there. So please, everyone, subscribe to my Discord. You don't have to subscribe. Just go in there and get on the Discord, and I'll add you and everything else. And you know what I mean? So we can get out there. We can talk a little bit because I'm not on here a lot. And I know people have a lot of questions. They like to ask me, like one of the questions I was asked before, like these people say, yo, Teflon, what's going on with your chin area in your beard? And I'm going to tell you what was going on with the chin area in my beard. As always, with the chin area in my beard, I was trying to see if I could fill up the whole thing with hair, like grow it all out, but I wasn't able to do it. So now it's back. This is about as far as it goes. So, if I was looking a little raggedy or something like that, that was the reason why. What up to LMR, as always, my co-host from the Lady in the Don podcast. Please subscribe to the Lady in the Don podcast. And if you get the chance, truly would appreciate that if you would do that. And yeah, she would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. Make it happen. As always, LMR always has an open invitation to come on the show if she can make it. But obviously, she is busy. She's much more busier than me at this particular time in her life. So, but we always send her the link. And if she is able to join, she will. But if she can't, then we can just go on without her. Unfortunately, it's not the same without her. We know that. But please, all right, if you can, join the Discord. I don't know if I need to get the link for you real quick. Let me see if I can get the Discord link for you real quick. I think I have it. I could put it in the chat for you. Maybe OTD, I can copy it. Let me see if I can find this thing real quick. Then we're going to go right on to it. I'm sorry if I'm delaying this a little bit. This is live. This is not like other people's stuff, you know what I mean? Oh my God, I got so much stuff in here. I know. Here it is right here. I think that's it. What is it? I don't know. I think this is what it's doing is it's like trying to make me join them, hitting the wrong thing. Let me see if I can just copy this thing. There we go. Let's see if we can do it that way. Come back here. See, we have it. That's a crazy looking thing. I don't know what that is. What? I probably leave all that alone. I don't know what that is. So don't even touch that. That's nuts. I'll try to get it. There's Discord, Teflon TV, I do believe the name. You can find it if you can. All right. So what up to, we got a bunch of people in here right now, chilling with us right now. What up to Shannon T? What up to Peter Griffin? What up to Linda R? As always, I said before, let me say it again. What up to OTDA? What up to Tony the Prophet? What up to Muhammad's rocking with us right now? Linda R, Santavian Major, Georgie Jedi, Carla is up in the building with us. What up, Carla? Appreciate you being here. and everyone else. All right, so let's get into it a little bit as we can. I am going to we're going to go into what you should be looking at on Netflix. So, all right. So, I think everyone basically has Netflix. We all have Netflix. A lot of people do. If you don't now, if Elamar does join me, I cannot see her at this particular time. I can't see that she's joined, and I can't see the chat right now. So if that happens, please, Elamar, if you do join or something like that, please hit me on my telephone on Facebook and say that you are there so that I could see you, so I can let you in if that's the case. All right, so we have a lot of things on Netflix to choose from. Obviously, it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest streaming service that we have. It's been out there for years, and there's a lot of different things that people do that like. So I'm going to tell you what I think you should be watching on Netflix and what the Don Tony Teflon watches on Netflix. I'm going to show you everything else. Now, people will tell you right off the bat that if you're into a series and you want to watch a series, that you should probably watch The Ozark. Now, that's what people will tell you. If The Ozark is the series to watch, I have never watched The Ozark myself. It's quite all right, Elamar, no problem with that. I have never watched Ozark, so I can't really recommend the Ozark, but I will tell you that it is 3 seasons deep, and I think that people do enjoy it. So I'm not personally going to recommend the Ozark because I'm only going to recommend shows that I actually watch, but it is a popular show at the moment. But I would say that if you wanted to watch a television show on Netflix, I would say that this is the television show that you want to watch right here. If you ask me, I think that this is the number one show that Netflix has ever made, and that my recommendation is Bad Blood. There's 2 seasons of Bad Blood out, and I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed if you want to watch Bad Blood. Now, listen. If you want to go along with people and just say, hey, I'm going to watch the Ozark because a lot of people like it, go right ahead. But I'm telling you, for my money, the best show that they've ever made, Netflix, and they've made a lot of shows. They made Orange is the New Black. They made House of Cards. The best show out of all of them, top to bottom, best actors, best storyline. It's based on a true story that they've ever had on Netflix. 2 seasons of it. I can't wait for the 3rd. Is Bad Blood. I don't think anything else compares or comes close to Bad Blood. So I'm telling you, if you truly want to watch a good drama, a really good one, I'm going to say watch Bad Blood. That is what you want to be looking at right now. Let me come over here. I think if I go here, nope. How do I get that? Yeah, so I would say Bad Blood. Bad Blood is the way to go. Now, this is weird. Now, I know that there's a way I should be able to go back and check the chat and do all that stuff without doing that. I should be able to do that, but for some reason, it's not allowing me to. It makes me have to stop sharing, and I don't want to stop sharing. I want to keep going. But yes, top choice by the Don Tony Teflon. If you have to watch one show, and you can only watch one show, one series of shows, I'm going to say go with Bad Blood. Now, my next choice of shows is a network television show. If you haven't watched this network television show and you're into network television shows, and then I'm going to go into the chat right after that, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. But I would say pick right here, The Blacklist. Now, I love The Blacklist. All right, there's 6 seasons of The Blacklist here. I think The Blacklist is maybe one of the greatest regular network, not HBO, nothing like that, regular network show. Bad Blood, top to bottom, will keep you entertained. I love Bad Blood. I'm sorry, The Blacklist. You have James Spader, who's obviously a great actor. James Spader, Megan Boone, Diego Christoph, you know what I mean? It's a crime drama. It's considered a crime TV. It's a drama. It's a TV thriller. You know what I mean? I think it says that it's in the exciting category, and I would have to agree that it is very exciting. It is very exciting, and it's a very good show. So I would say those two shows right off the bat, if you're looking for two network shows, you have seasons to catch up on, and you get out there, I would go with The Blacklist, and I would go with Bad Blood. All right. 1 second. Where is it? There it is. All right. Yeah, I would go with those are the two that I would go with. I figured it out and how to do everything. I figured it out. But those are the two right off the bat that I would go with. You know what I mean? Go with The Blacklist. It doesn't get bad. It still maintains. It still maintains from the first season all the way down. And also I would say check out Bad Blood. LTDA have to step away for a second. All right, you have to step away, brother. That is what up. So we're gonna keep going into these shows again. We'll go right back into it real quick. Now that I know how to just to go back and forth. I don't know how I didn't figure that out before. But there it is. All right, those are my first two shows that I would recommend for you right off the bat. All right, if you were looking for television shows, that's what it is. All right, so that brings us down to, let me go back to the home page. All right, that brings us to shows that people are talking about right now. All right, now I did the old record. I already did that. Right. So if you're a Game of Thrones fan, right, and you're looking for a television show to watch, you say, "Hey, I'm a Game of Thrones fan. What do I watch instead of Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones is over. I've already watched season after season, and I'm looking for something else." Now, some people will tell you to watch The Last Kingdom. There's 3 seasons of The Last Kingdom, and the new season about to drop on April 26th. All right, and this is about Alfred the Great defending his kingdom from the Norse invaders. But the Saxon-born person was raised by Vikings, and he claims to seek his birthright. So, you know, it's a good show. I watched the first 2 seasons. I haven't watched the 3rd season, and I'm going to watch the 4th when it comes out and try to catch up. I'm not going to say it's great. I'm not going to say it's Game of Thrones quality, but I'm saying if you need something to hold you over from that Game of Thrones fix, I would say this is what you could do. But my number 1 recommendation in this category, that if you had to watch something, I mean skip Nightfall 100%. You don't want to watch that. Would be The Witcher. Would be The Witcher, without a doubt. If you're going to watch something and you're a Game of Thrones fan and you're looking for a television show to watch on Netflix, I would say go with The Witcher. The only bad thing about The Witcher is it's only 1 season deep, and you're going to want to watch more of it. So that's why it wouldn't be my number 1 pick of a show to watch, you know, out of all these shows. But I definitely would say it's a top pick. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, it's the top pick for Game of Thrones fan. But I don't rate The Witcher like better than Bad Blood. No, it's not better than Bad Blood at all. It's not close to Bad Blood at all. But I'm saying if you're into this genre and this is something that you're looking forward to and something you want to watch, I would say definitely check out The Witcher, without a doubt. All right, real quick right there. Let's see what's going on in the comment section. Let's see. We got Elamar says, I liked it. Moni, hey, Moni, she's up in the building. Big E is up in here rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. That's why I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And that is what it is. All right, yeah, we truly appreciate everybody stopping by here, putting the thumbs up on it and everything else. It doesn't seem like we have any questions about any of these shows. If you do, you can. I'm looking at the chat now. So if you have any questions about any of the 2 shows that I just talked about, then please comment on it right now, and I'll say something about it. Or if not, I have to go back and then go right back to the Netflix screen and everything else. Linda R says Witcher is great. You know, I wouldn't say now, Linda. I'm going to say that some of the things about it are great, but as a whole, I don't think it's a great show. I think that it is something that you can watch and be happy to watch. I think it's very good. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say. I think it's very good, and I think it's something that you could definitely get into. All right, now. If you want to watch something that may hit let me see right now. Now, if you want to watch something that may hit too close to home, I would have to say this is what you want to watch right here. All right, you want to watch Pandemic. This is right here. This hits a little too close to home. I mean, sometimes you want to do some type of escape, and if you want to do an escape, then this is not what to watch. If you're trying to get away from what's going on right now, this is not what you should watch. But if you want to see something that's a little bit freaky, that's a little bit, right on point, right? This is what you want to watch because it's kind of much right on point with everything that we're dealing with right now. A little bit coincidental. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. So, I like to get away from all the news stuff and everything else. But if you want to educate yourself about this situation, I would definitely say that Pandemic is the way to go. Now, obviously, as you can see, these are stuff that I have already watched. Now, as I was saying, if you want to watch something to get away from all that stuff, you want to watch something that you don't want to deal with, you don't want to deal with. Then I say, if you're going to watch a movie and you're looking for a movie to watch, a movie that you watch, then why not watch the greatest mafia movie that was ever made, and that is Goodfellas. Goodfellas is here on Netflix. You can watch Goodfellas. Why wouldn't you want to watch Goodfellas? Goodfellas is, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, it's better than Godfather 1, 2, 3, anything. There is no better show at all when you're dealing with mafia people than Goodfellas. Goodfellas is number one. All right, so I'll come back here to the StreamYard. So let's see if people agree or disagree. I would say Goodfellas is something that you want to watch. Also, Goodfellas, but the other Pandemic is something that is great to watch. But it really is it's something that if you're trying to get away and you don't really want to deal with anything, that is what it is. And that's it. Murad said, "I love your show." And Lamar just subscribed. I don't know what show. Lamar just did a show. I don't know but I'm sure it's very good. We're only doing right now. I'm doing Netflix. I'm not go Amazon. I'll go to Amazon. I'll do another episode tomorrow. I'll come back right tomorrow, same time at 12 o'clock, and we'll do a show on Amazon. I'll tell you everything you need to be watching on Amazon and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So definitely, I would say these are the shows I watch. If you're trying to watch something, most likely you've seen Goodfellas. Everyone's seen Goodfellas. You know what I mean? But listen. Goodfellas is Goodfellas. If you're looking for something that that you truly want to see, that's a great movie and it's going to last a long time and it never gets boring. A movie that never gets boring. I would say Goodfellas is definitely the way to go with that, without a doubt. Now, also when dealing with this situation, a movie another movie that I can never get bored of, that I could watch over and over again. Over and over again, constantly, is The Shawshank Redemption. Now, I would have to say that The Shawshank Redemption quite possibly could be arguably the greatest drama ever made in cinematic history. It could be the greatest movie dealing with dramas ever made in cinematic history. Yeah, I mean, when you talk about acting, all right, when you're dealing with actors, you don't got any two better actors than you have right here going right here, right? There's nothing better. Talk about story, how it's set up, true story, everything else. When you deal with all those things, it's hard for me to pick a better movie than The Shawshank Redemption. You could always sit down, whether you're with your lady or whether you're by yourself, you can sit down and watch The Shawshank Redemption. This is a truly timeless piece, classic piece. It's just a great movie. It's something that you can always watch. So I would say if I was on Netflix, like I am on Netflix, Miss Witch says never seen Shawshank. Well, Miss Witch, then you have something to watch right now, because please sit down and watch. So you're in for a treat. It's so good of a movie that I wish I had never seen it so I could watch it again for the first time. That's how great this is. I've never seen you before, Miss Witt, so thank you for joining me here on doing this. I truly appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up, and if you don't mind subscribing, I would appreciate it. Tomorrow I will be back, and we will go through all the shows on Amazon. And then after that, we'll do Disney Plus. All right. But today we're going to do Netflix. All right. So The Shawshank Redemption is something that you should be watching if you really need a great movie to watch. All right. So we're going to go through some of the popular picks on Netflix, and I'm going to tell you if I suggested. None of these that we see right here, I would advise you on watching. Breaking Bad and all that, I think that you've most likely seen. If you didn't see it, then it's probably something that you should have already seen, and it's nothing that I would tell you to watch. But if you're looking for another movie that I love watching this movie. It's probably controversial to some people, but I think it's good to learn about this man, and that man is Malcolm X. And I think that this is probably the best Malcolm X movie that ever was put out there. The one by Spike Lee. It is 3 hours and 21 minutes long. It's a very long movie, and probably the best. There's been other Malcolm X movies put out there, but I do believe that this is the best one. Obviously, you have Denzel Washington, Angela Bassett, Spike Lee. It also, you may have a different depiction of Malcolm X after you watch this movie. I think that it will show you, like, you hear things about him, a lot of people may think that he was racist or these things. All these things are explained, I think, in a great way when you're dealing with Malcolm X. And I think that it really opens him up and lets you know that he is that how much of an American hero this guy was, who was truly assassinated. And listen, when you're talking about actors, and you know what I mean, again, Denzel Washington, how do you get any better than that? You know what I mean? I just don't think that you can get any better than an actor than that actor right there. You know what I mean? So I would say definitely check that out. Check out Malcolm X if you're looking for long movies to watch right there. Oh yes, we'll get to that after. So if you want to wrap, since you're doing Malcolm X, you want to wrap up everything about it. If you're into Malcolm X and you watch that and you see anything, then you watch this right after that. This is what you watch, because everyone knows how it happened for Malcolm X and how he went out and stuff. You watch this. This is what you watch right after you watch the Malcolm X movie. This is a series. It's a 1-season series, and it's called Who Killed Malcolm X. And this guy has to be knows the most I've ever seen about anyone about the assassination of Malcolm X. He did such a good job in this documentary figuring this out, who shot Malcolm X, who killed him, assassinated him, I should say, who assassinated Malcolm X, that they have reopened the investigation, the police, into this case because of this. That is how good he's done of a job. So if you watch that Malcolm X and you learn who that man is, and you understand why that man became how someone who had no education became one of the smartest people in the world. Go watch anything on YouTube and see Malcolm X debating anyone while he's on television and everything else. You see exactly how smart this man was and how he was a great talker. You see that. You watch this right here. This will tell you exactly what you need to know about the people who killed Malcolm X. And I think 100% that he definitely proved in this documentary who killed Malcolm X. I'd say that without a shadow of a doubt. That is what he is. Now, if you get into that and you're into things like that, then you want to go right into this right here, right? If you're into a little rap music and everything else, I would say you want to watch this. And this is Unsolved. This is about Tupac and Biggie Smalls, and they go into who they think killed Tupac and Biggie Smalls. Now, I'm going to say that the craziest thing I think that people forget about, Tupac and Biggie, and it's funny that, like, people when they go into this, they talk about Tupac and Biggie. It's like they act like they got shot and they got killed. People don't take that as seriously as it is. You have to understand, these were the two biggest right? The two biggest rap stars of the time, right there. Two biggest rap stars at the time that they did and got murdered, both of them. And both killers never got caught. How do you get shot? Imagine that. Imagine take any rapper, take any, don't even look at rap music. Take the biggest rock and roll star right now. All right, take Taylor Swift, the biggest pop star. What if she got shot on the Las Vegas Strip? Do you think that that would not be solved? Do you think they would not have caught the person that shot Taylor Swift on the Las Vegas Strip? The strip alone, not in the back alley, not nowhere like that. We're talking about this was on the Las Vegas Strip. He got shot and killed, and they could not solve it. They could not solve it. That's ridiculous, you know. So, and then they were very young. They're in their 20s, man, when they got killed. So it's very sad. I would say definitely take a look at that without a shadow of a doubt. We will go back to the home screen real quick. All right, now next we won't go through what's trending. You know, we did that. We go through Netflix original series. Now, obviously, people are going to tell you that you want to watch the Tiger King, right? A lot of people are going to say the Tiger King is something that you want to watch, right? So I'm not going to tell you not to watch the Tiger King. I'm not. I will never tell you not to watch it. I will not say it, but understand, though it's the #1 show by USA Today in the top 10 on Netflix right now. #1. This is not great television, all right? It's not. It's entertaining television, and those are two different things. Entertaining television and great television are not the same things. The shows that I just gave you are great television. That's great. It's well done. It's great shows. Those are all great movies, great series. This is not great television. This is a shit show. All right. So if you're into that, then I would say this is for you, because that's all this is. This is not great television. It's a shit show. It's voyeurism at its best. So if you're into those things, then definitely watch this. I watched it and I was entertained by it. You know what I mean? I was definitely entertained by it, but I you know, it's not so. I would not just personally say, hey, you have to watch this. You have to watch the Tiger King. It was nothing I would say. I would say it's good, it's decent, but I'm just saying it's not great television. You can't compare it to like Breaking. You can't compare it to Bad Blood. You can't compare it to something that's great television. Like, it's entertaining television, and you know, I'll say it again, it's a shit show. And if you like into watching shit shows, then this is what you want to watch. You definitely want to watch this, because that's definitely all this is. And just makes you feel good about your life, because these people's lives are bad. Now, we recently seen that somehow, I don't know how this happened. I'm going to talk to Elmar. We're going to talk about this, Lady in the Don stuff. We're going to talk about this, what's going on with this this pardon, where President Trump is looking at a pardon. You know, this guy, I don't want to get into politics here. I'm not going to say anything about that, get into politics, but presidential pardons are not meant for people like Joe Exotic. All right. That's not what it is, and everything else. Hello, Amber. Appreciate you being here and rocking with me. Appreciate that 100%. I hope everything is good with you. I would just say that it's just, you know, presidential pardons are not meant for people like Joe Exotic. It's meant for people who have been wronged, and you should pardon them because they were wrong. This man was not wrong. And if you watch that series and think that he was wrong, then I don't know what you were watching. He was not wrong to that point where you need to give him something like that. All right. So those are shows right there that I will give you. That we have more shows to go on, of course. We're going to go on and keep looking at them and everything else. What is that one show? Now, I will say that if you do have Disney Plus and you're looking for a show to watch, you can, and you've never seen Infinity War, which I think everyone probably has seen Infinity War. Infinity War is not on Disney Plus because it is here on Netflix. So if you want to watch Infinity War, you're going to have to watch it on Netflix because Infinity War is not on Disney Plus yet. So it must have had some type of deal with them that you still have to watch it here. So Infinity War, if you're trying to go through the whole, like all the Avenger stuff, you have to come over here to Netflix to watch Infinity War. But I would say more than that, watch Into the Spider-Verse, right? That I would recommend Into the Spider-Verse. But if you like cartoons and you like movies and you like Spider-Man and you like this type of stuff, the Marvel MCU, I don't think that there's been a 100% from top to bottom better animated movie ever made about a superhero character than Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I definitely 100% recommend watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You definitely want to say it without a doubt. You definitely want to watch it and everything else. So I appreciate you. You should watch this. You know what I mean? You could definitely watch. I'm telling you, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I can't really give you. I think it did win an Oscar for Best Animated Picture this year when it came out. Last year, 2019, I think it won the Oscar for that. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, this is something that if you haven't seen it and you're into all that Marvel stuff, and you're into everything, you know what I mean? I would say definitely watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Very good, very well animated. Everything about it is done very well. I would say watch that. All right, now let's go down. I don't know, I'm gonna have to mute that because that comes on. All right, now back to TV shows real quick. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna have to mute that situation. 1 second. All right. Now, if you're into television shows, like regular TV shows that you weren't able to catch up on, there are a couple of TV shows that I do recommend. All right. Number one, I would say, though the ending is not great, I'd still say if you haven't seen Dexter yet, you can watch all of Dexter. Dexter will keep you involved, at least for the first, sorry about that, at least for the first couple of seasons. It does end badly. It's 8 seasons long. I'm going to say the last 2 seasons, it's not that good. But I will say, like in the beginning, when the first couple of seasons, Dexter is a really good show, and I really enjoyed it. Now I really enjoyed it. It was a hit. It was a big hit for Showtime. And if you don't know what Dexter is, Dexter, it says right here, by day, a mild-mannered Dexter is a blood spatter analyst for the Miami police, but at night, he's a serial killer who only targets other murderers. So a serial killer who kills all other murderers. It's a very good show. I recommend it to watch that. Also, I recommend this. How to Get Away with Murder. How to Get Away with Murder, especially the first couple of seasons of How to Get Away with Murder, is a very good network television show. It's very diverse too. It does a really good job with diversity in it. And Viola Davis is the head of this show. Now it gets a little crazy during the end, like it seems like a lot of these network shows do. You know what I mean? But when you're watching the first couple of seasons of this situation, it really is really good. I would not say anything bad about this television show. That's just a regular television show. If you're looking for regular television shows and everything else like that, you know what I mean? I would say definitely How to Get Away with Murder is where you want to go. It's a great show. It really is good. It's got great actors. I would definitely check it out. And every episode is like a mystery. If you're into that mystery stuff and everything else, then it's definitely something that you want to watch. You know what I mean? So if you haven't had a chance to watch it, this is something that you want to watch. All right, we're going to talk to a little bit here on the chat real quick and see what's going on here. So in the chat, we have Elamar. She says, I love Dexter. The last 2 seasons, I had to get assistance from a drinker 5 with it. A drinker 5 on it. Peter Griffiths. Machiavelli says, okay. You know what I mean? Miss Witt says, How to Get Away with Murder is my must-see. Which one, Moni G? Viola Davis is a boss. She definitely is. Listen, How to Get Away with Murder is a really good show. Oh, listen, 28 people watching, 28 likes. Thank you for showing love. We appreciate that. It's like I said, we're not a big channel here that gets a lot of love when we're doing live streams and anything like that. We just do the best we can and everything else here. So I'm trying to keep it entertaining for you people. And I told you I'd be out here. I do a video for y'all every day, whether it's going to be a live one or anything else, or it's going to be just me doing an 8-minute video. I told you I'll get out here for you, so I'm always going to be out here for you. Don keeps his word, and that's just the bottom line. All right, so How to Get Away with Murder is something that Don definitely recommends for you to watch if you want to watch something right there. All right, well, let's go on through. It's such an old show, but I'm not going to recommend. All right, now if you're looking for a quirky show, a quirky movie that is not a great movie, but it was great for its time, God damn it, I'm going to say watch Bloodsport. All right, now it's old, right? It's not a new movie. It's an older movie, all right? And yes, it came out in 1988, all right? It's an old movie. Old movie. This is when Jean-Claude Van Damme was just hitting his stride and everything. But it goes very fast when you watch it. It's just something to just to watch if you're into like martial arts. And listen, a lot of this it's really choreographed stuff and everything else. You know what I mean? But it's just something that you can always watch. I mean, you can always just turn on. Right? If you just like, I need something just to turn on and watch. I can keep on in the background while I'm cooking. You know what I mean? You can keep it on in the background while you're cooking. You can be doing other things while this is playing and pick right back on it. You know what I mean? This is that's what Bloodsport is. Bloodsport is that type movie. You can just turn it on. It doesn't matter, what part you start off at. It doesn't matter if you catch it halfway, a quarter way in. It doesn't matter. This is Bloodsport. Bloodsport is a movie that you can watch. You can just keep watching it, and it never gets old. It just doesn't get old right there. It doesn't get old. Not at all. Obviously, this thug mug is not in the hand. It's a little early, so the Don's drinking the life water. Life water. Yeah, listen, I would definitely say hit up watch some Bloodsport. Come on. How you gonna say something bad about the Bloodsport? You really can't say anything bad about this. I mean, yes, you can. But for what it is, and you know what you're getting yourself into when you're watching it, you're not looking for something that's the greatest movie of all time. You're looking to be entertained. Bloodsport is that entertainment that you need. I would definitely say check out Bloodsport. Now, hopefully y'all all like my list so far. I'm looking for a certain comedy real quick. Oh, now look, if you like stand-up comedians, then I'm gonna say you have to watch this right here. That is called The Kings of Comedy, right? Maybe you haven't seen The Kings of Comedy. This is what you're gonna watch. Now look, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, they okay. When you watch The Kings of Comedy, you're really watching for one person, and that's Bernie Mac. So I would say, look, you ain't even gotta watch the other dudes. All right? In all honesty, I'm saying you can fast forward all them other guys and put it on Bernie Mac. Right? This is gonna put on Bernie Mac, Kings of Comedy, right there, and watch yourself some Bernie Mac. Don't worry about the rest. I'm telling you, just go watch Bernie Mac. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. You need to just watch Bernie Mac. All right, we're gonna go through some more comedies real quick. Giving you movies that you probably have not seen in a long time. We have the Bad Boys franchise there, of course. I don't know why that would be considered a comedy. Oh my God, is that number one? Oh my God. Listen, all right, here's another old movie that it's a very old movie, but I recommend it, and that's Police Academy. All right, the first Police Academy. What the hell just happened? Why did that happen? There we go. The first one, not the other ones. This is 1984. This movie came out with. Listen, is it kooky? Yes, it's very kooky. It's very, it's not. This is not, again. This is a blood sport type movie. I'm giving you movies that you can just turn on and watch you've never seen Police Academy. Police Academy is funny. This is something you want to watch right here. You want to watch Police Academy. Police Academy is a very good, funny movie. It's another movie that you can just do the dishes while that is going on. What the hell dares call me? Yes, I do have the Lady in the Dawn theme song for my ringtone. Listen, hey, people are, wow, what's next, DC Cap? Listen, this is Santavia. I'm trying to give you some movies that people haven't probably seen. And I'm telling you, Police Academy is funny, all right? That's a funny movie. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a funny movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's something you can get into and watch, all right? Watch Police Academy. I'm not everyone's watched that. I could recommend Major League 2. I would say that, and Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go into those though. We're gonna go into something like I said. Tavia is getting upset with the picks, so we gotta move up. We're gonna move on into a different types of movie. All right, now if you're into they say it's a drama. To me, it's more of a comedy. Speaking of Bernie Mac, let's go with the Players Club. Now, the Players Club is something that I recommend. I love the Players Club. Listen, it came out in 1998. Listen, are there women in there? There are very sexy, attractive women in there and everything else. But before it really became popular talk about strip clubs and everything else, and that the Players Clubs was where it was at. You know what I mean? So I would definitely recommend watching the Player Club. I would say, you know what I mean? Oh, Police Academy leaves this month, I think. So you better get up in there. You know what I mean? You better get right up in there and watch it while you can. Let me tell you something about the Players Club. Players Club, right? This is a movie. It's a realistic type movie. You know what I mean? So I would watch this for that. You know what I mean? It is somewhat realistic, somewhat not realistic. You know what I mean? But I would definitely recommend the Players Club to anyone who has not seen the Players Club. Netflix has such an abundance of things to choose from. It's hard just to choose a couple of things here and there. Let's see what else we can go into. We did TV show, documentary. The documentary I watched, let me see, I'll tell you exactly the one I watched. If you're looking for a good documentary that I watched, where is it? Where is it? And I like history and everything else, you know what I mean? So I'm really into history and into things dealing with history. It's not there. I have to go to my stuff that I've already watched. I'm sure it's there. And continue watching. And it's this right here. The Untold History of the United States by Oliver Stone. I really recommend this. I truly do. It really gives you the backstory of the United States. It really gives you the total history of every major conflict that happened in the United States, and I believe and everything that happened around the world. It just shows you how everything happened, why things happened the way they happened, and why we ended up in the place that we are. And there's a lot of behind the scene things that you just don't know about. So I would say if you're truly into American history, world history, and you want to learn things about, learn things about that, I would say watch this. Now, this is not something that I would say watch if you're trying to escape the problems of the world that we're going through today. You don't want to watch this. This is something if you want to just, try to learn some things and learn everything and learn some things and stuff. This is what's up. Look at Renee M. of House Stark. Renee does not come around anymore, but we are so happy to see her at this particular time and any time that you're here, Renee. We wish you would come along more often, but Renee, Renee is busy, so she can't come around as much as she would like to, I am sure. Yes, I'm hearing that Police Academy is leaving this month. So listen, you got to watch it. You need to watch it. This is the time to watch it, right? This is the time to watch it before it goes away. I think I've given you all of my top recommendations for Netflix that I think, I've given you, serious movies that you could watch, like Malcolm X and The Shawshank Redemption. I've given you comedies you could watch. You know what I mean? I've given you television shows you could watch. And I've also given you movies that you can just put on in the background and have a good time watching them. Like I'll give you a couple more movies like that. Like, quick movies that, hey, I just want to watch something real quick and, and just to watch and just to have a good time watching it. As I said, you've got all that Making the Murder. I've given you all those things. Let me go back to that category here in action movies. Obviously, I wouldn't say Indiana Jones #1. I wouldn't say it. Salt is a better movie than people have given it credit for, especially with the new Black Widow movie coming out. If you're into female spy movies and things like this, I think Angelina Jolie did a great job, and then she did not get the respect she deserved to get for this. It's a better movie than people give it credit for. What else do we have here? And these are movies you could just watch in the background and stuff, and just turn on and just watch. As always, I think that everyone knows this, but Inception is always going to be Inception. Inception's a great movie. You can always put this on in the background. Now, look, if you probably already seen it, so you don't have to pay close attention. But if you have not seen this movie, then this is the movie you must pay close attention to, without a shadow of a doubt, would be Inception. I still think that the special effects still hold up. And, these special effects have been copied by other directors after this movie many a times. This is the first time that these special effects were actually done in the movie. What was this in this Inception? So, they get props for being the ones who put it out there. But definitely, obviously, you could definitely watch Inception without a shadow of a doubt. Let's see what else we have here. And I'll give you another rap thing. If you're into rap music, then you would like to watch The Evolution of Hip Hop. If you're into the history of hip hop and you want to learn how rap music came about and everything else, there's 4 full seasons of it, and it goes back to the beginning of all rap music when it first started back in the 70s, all the way up to the modern day, and it shows you everything. It shows you how the dances started and everything else. That old lady putting her hands on the floor and twerking like that. My grandmother used to do that when I was like 10 years old. She used to that was the thing, put both hands on your floor and shake your butt like that. My grandmother was doing that. So all these things that you see everyone doing right now has already been done. These are all things that have been done. And if you're looking for the history of the hip hop, the music, why it got popular, and how it started, and how a lot of artists started, The Evolution of Hip Hop is a very good series, very good docuseries. So I would definitely watch it. Mixtapes, I miss tapes. I miss mixtapes. I miss everything like that. I miss all that stuff that went on with hip hop, people bootlegging tapes and everything else. And it has interviews from your favorite artists and how your favorite artists got started. So I definitely without a doubt. Now, it does not show how hip hop artists got to be so feminine. You know what I mean? How it just changed to that style of it and everything else. I can give you my own opinion of how I believe that happened and when that happened and everything else, and when it started turning like that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend The Evolution of Hip Hop. All right. So that is my picks for what you should watch on Netflix. That's my pick, the Don Tony Teflon picks. Whoop. Just strip that real quick right there. Back to me. All right. There it is. That's the Don's picks for what you should be watching on Netflix right now. What are you watching? We have 10 minutes left. I'll do for 10 minutes and I'm out of here. Not even 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. And if you guys have anything to say for 10 minutes about any of the movies that are or things I've talked about, anything going on in Don Tony Teflon's life, I will definitely answer any questions right now. Edward Martin says reggae dance hall music too. Yep, they do talk about that. And then reggae dance hall music is great. Reggae music was great. I grew up on reggae music. You know what I mean? My father listened to reggae music, real reggae music, like Big Youth. I mean, if anyone knows about reggae music, there's a guy called Big Youth, Super Ape. Reggae music like that. That's what my father was listening to, and that's what I would listen to because he listened to it when I was young. Yes, really do appreciate we got the same amount of people that did the same amount of likes. We truly appreciate that. I see Spot says I just saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like the reference from my youth. You know, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought it was a good movie. I don't think it deserved all the acclaim that it got and everything. And I do think that the Bruce Lee part in it was bullshit. I think it was a little bit I don't want to say racist or anything like that, but it just was a little bit crazy. This Moni G says Teflon TV, check out You on the Netflix. You know, I'm not on Netflix. You know, I was in a couple of movies as extras, but I don't think that the movies I was in are on there. I was an extra in Private Parts, the Howard Stern movie. You could see me. I'm only going to name roles that I was in that you could actually see me in. There's only a couple. You could definitely see me in that, the Howard Stern movie, Private Parts, the last scene with AC/DC in the crowd, actually have on a pink shirt, red shirt with a pink wristband on, and I'm in there. You could see me twice in that scene. And I was an extra in Carlito's Way. You could see me in Carlito's Way. I'm walking past Albus when Al Pacino is playing handball. I'm in an afro wig. I have on a leather brown vest and no shirt on, and I'm holding a Heineken, and I'm walking across the street. And you'll see me. If now that I said it, you can go to that scene and there, and when he's playing handball and watch it, and you could definitely see me in there. So yes, appreciate that. You know, you definitely go check those movies out, and when you see the Don, let me know. But you'll know it's me as soon as you see me. You know, it's pretty obvious that it's me. It's not hard to tell. But that's what that is. Let's see what else. Is there anyone else have anything else to say about what we're talking about here? We do have some time. You know what I mean? LOL Mona, I'm rooting for Joe a little low key. I don't know what we're talking about here. I don't know what we're talking about right there and everything else. But Miss Sharu, yeah, go check that out. I'm in there. You see, I have an afro wig on in there. So you'll see me with an afro wig walking across the street, holding a Heineken. You clearly see it's a Heineken. And I have on a brown leather vest that they gave me to wear. So I was in there. So you could definitely check that out. So I was doing those. You have to get, in order to do commercials and stuff, you have to have a oh, she was saying that you have to get a Screen Actors Guild card. In order to do that, you have to do a certain amount of because the union, there's a certain amount of extra spots you had to do back then to get it. So I was going through my routines of extra spots. I did a couple of extra spots in a couple of music videos and things like that. So yeah, that's why I was in those things. The guy who was representing this agent that I had in Manhattan, he was the one who sent me off to do all those things. So I was just doing that. All right, all right. So that is that. I still got 5 minutes left before I shut this down. Trying to do the even hour for all y'all people out there and stuff. AK-47's up in the building. What up to you? He comes by a little late. I'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. All right, no. So, Mo, yes, You is a series. All right, I realize that now. I can't recommend it because I've never seen it. I only give you stuff that I actually seen that I could recommend. That's what that was all about. It's like I said, Ozark is a very popular series, but I cannot recommend Ozark because I've never seen it. Though it's popular, that's why I put it up there, let you know about it and how popular it is. Me personally, I can't really recommend Ozark because I just don't know. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So yeah, give all that stuff a shot and everything else. And the stuff that I told you, give those things a shot. And we'll be back tomorrow. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. At the same time, we'll go through Amazon stuff, what you should be watching on Amazon, Amazon Prime, what's for free on Prime, what you have to pay for. We'll go through all the Amazon shows that you should be watching while you're home. And then we'll do the Disney Plus show. I have every streaming service there is, basically. I have them all. So I watch everything, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I will give you a shot to show you. I'll give it a shot. We'll see where it is and stuff. I'm gonna watch Police Academy right now when I get off this. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? I'm going to do that. I'm gonna give it. I don't know why you would be boycotting Amazon. Amazon's fine. I don't know what's wrong with Amazon. Maybe you have some personal thing, but I don't have a problem with Amazon. You get it for free. I mean, Jesus, we get it for free because you're Prime. So you know what I mean. But tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we will do that. We will check that out and see what it is. I'll tell you exactly what goes on with Amazon. We'll do that tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and then we'll be back. And then next week I'll be back to doing regular videos and everything else. I'll see if LMR wants to do. We have a thing planned, so I got to see what everything else in there, everything else. Look, Amber, that's right. I'm going to watch Police Academy. It was tonight. I haven't seen it in a long time too. Police Academy was a great movie back in the day. That was a funny movie. Listen, all the jokes going to be corny compared to, yes, of course, it's quirky. You got to take it for what it is. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Take it for what it is. Don't take it too seriously and everything else. You know what I mean? You just watched it so that you can just want to have a good time. It's like I'm saying. You know what I mean? Watch Police Academy, and just like Bloodsport. Bloodsport's, is it a great movie? No, it's not a great movie. It really isn't a great movie, Bloodsport. But it's a good movie just to put in the background and put on. Like you're looking for something to watch, you want to throw something up there. This is something you can throw up there and watch and have fun with it. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Listen. When the guy, you deal with Police Academy, when the guy goes to the Blue Oyster, and it always plays that music every time they go in there. That's hilarious every time. They always play the same song in the Blue Oyster. How come the Blue Oyster music never changes? Why is that? That music never changes. The Blue Oyster. It's always there. It's always the same. It's always that. No matter who goes in the Blue Oyster, they just have that song playing every time. That's hilarious. Okay, anyone says that is hilarious. That is definitely hilarious. You know what I mean? That is what it is. You know what I mean? They get the Blue Oyster. Come on. You gotta watch Police Academy. This as I said, Bodie G said, I love this. It's a silly movie. I agree. It's a silly movie, but that music is just amazing. I wish somebody had that music for their ringtone. Someone needs to make that their ringtone. The Blue Oyster music. I'm gonna look up what the Blue Oyster music is. And that is what it is. You know what I mean? Everything about that movie is just silly. I mean, you get the guys who's got, you get the guy who could do all the special effects with his voice and stuff. When I was a child and that came out, and the guy did all the special effects and everything else. You try to imitate the special effects. You want to do special effects like that too when you're a child like that. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That's the type of movie that is. And I said, Bloodsport, Kumite, right? Who didn't want to be George Clown by then? Who didn't attempt to do that kick? I remember when I was little, I attempted to do that spinning kick. I fell right on my ass and busted my ass right in front of my sister. You know what I mean? And that's just what it was. But that's what those movies were, and that's what makes those movies great. So if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.